It is story time for a little game called Gain Ground. I have no idea why I bought this. I have no idea why I was drawn to it. But when I was younger and the Wii eShop was kind of in its heyday, I would just kind of browse it. I bumped into the Genesis version of this game. I've, again, no idea what caught my eye on this because at first glance this does not look like anything special. But I instantly fell in love, and there has never been a game like it, nor will there likely ever be a game like it. And I'd like to think if I were to ever make a game, I would make like a spiritual successor to this because it's criminally under discussed. I never see it in any best Genesis games, best games of this era, of like the Super Nintendo Genesis era, best arcade games. I never see it in any of these lists. I've almost never seen it mentioned ever. But I feel like it deserves a chance, and it just came out on the Switch, and I feel like now is the time to talk about it while I have a chance, because that's kind of what this whole Don't Sleep On series is. It's about talking about things that are kind of being slept on. So don't sleep on Game Ground. Before we get into the meat and potatoes, we are doing a giveaway. Every 10 subscribers, we give away a Steam code. All you have to do is be subscribed. If you want more details, you can shoot a comment down below or visit our channel homepage. Alright, so I'm going to do my best to explain the rules of Game Ground, because they're a little, like I said, there's never been a game like this. You have, and everything I say, and the gameplay that you see is from the Switch version, which is a port of the arcade version, but it really applies to any version of the game. So it's not exclusive to the Switch, except for the Switch stuff that I talk about later. Overall rules. You have a party of characters. You start with 3, and each character has like a normal and a special attack. And the special attack can't necessarily go in all 8 directions and may or may not have verticality to it. Like it may be a high attack, or it may like throw high and then go low, like throwing a grenade. It goes high and then it goes low. And the objective of the game is to either clear every enemy on the screen or get everyone to the exit before time runs out. And if a character gets hit, he or she dies, and another character in your party needs to rescue that character and take them to the exit for them to show up in the next level, or they'll be gone forever. So basically, whenever there isn't anyone to be rescued on screen, you should prioritize taking out all the enemies. If somebody gets downed and you need to rescue them, you should prioritize getting everyone who needs to be rescued through the exit before time runs out. And once all of your characters run out, you die. So a very optimized game would be for you to never lose a character, and if you do lose someone, make sure that you rescue them and keep like a stacked party. Like you start with 3, but there's up to 20 characters, and you can get repeats of characters as the game goes on. So it would, ideally you would have like an inventory of like 15 characters to choose from. And that's really where the game shines, is knowing what character to use in what scenario. And there's some like weird cool things that this game did for its time that I feel like a lot of other games didn't. There's an emphasis on verticality, which, looking at the top-down perspective, it's kind of hard to tell, but like certain character specials, like I said earlier, like you can throw a grenade and that will allow you to hit things up on a hill, but certain characters aren't able to throw a grenade or throw something that will go up a hill. So that's like a scenario where you need to pick your character. Certain enemies do a ton of damage up close, and there's certain characters with really, really good range. Sometimes when you're trying to rescue people, you want to use your quick character with really bad range, and it's really just like this juggle. Another thing that it does that a lot of games didn't really do is 3-player multiplayer, and the Genesis version was only 2-player to my knowledge, but the arcade version at least is 3-player, which is kind of cool that you can get three friends up in this game. And it's not really a quarter muncher. The gameplay you're going to see, I was trying to teach someone the game, so you might see a little bit of general death, but I don't think this game is unfair at all, especially compared to basically arcade ports of the time. The only one I like, you can beat the game on a single quarter if you're good enough. If you have like a couple buddies who actually know the game, you can easily clear this on a single quarter, which I feel like very, very few arcade games allow for. I'd really say the only time that you're kind of funneled are the boss levels, especially in the arcade version. Not so much in the Genesis version, but the arcade version, the bosses seem to take a ton of damage. But if you, like I said, if you know how your character is and you don't lose them at the wrong times and you use them right, I could see you clearing this in just, a couple of quarters. And as far as I'm aware, the Switch version gives you unlimited quarters. Some cool things that the Switch version has are selectable borders, and the characters apparently have names and a small description, which I did not know. We always made up our own names for them. And like I said, infinite quarters, which is kind of cool. It allows you to do the aspect ratio flip, which would be great for portable play, so you can actually flip the screen. So when you're in portable mode or handheld mode, you can play at your Switch in portrait orientation to like maximize the screen real estate. Like I said, there's 3-player multiplayer, and because you can flip your Switch vertically, I think this would actually be really good for 3 players because the screen doesn't scroll or anything. You can always see 3 players on the screen. There's no like camera shrinking or anything, so I think it would actually be good for 3 players. And it would be great. Yeah, it'd be great multiplayer on the go. There's a toggle between Japanese and international releases. You can change the difficulty, the timer, some of the bugs. This is the arcade version, not the Genesis version, so the sound's a little better. I actually think the game plays a little easier. I think it works a little better. Maybe that's just me, but I mean, guys, it's under $10. It is literally a steal. Far as multiplayer games go of this era, it is like second to none. If we're talking 3-player multiplayer games, it is truly second to none, but it's like, to me, it's honestly better than like Mario Kart or Street Fighter or some Kirby games that I can think of with multiplayer. It's like the simultaneous multiplayer game in my mind, and a lot of Cohesive Friendship Unit would agree. And I really think this game deserves a chance. So if you have any like questions about the game, I'd be happy to answer them for you. But yeah, I mean, this was kind of my like attempt at spreading some love for Gain Ground, which we desperately need in the world. So if you guys like the video, throw us a like. Let me know down in the comments if you've ever heard of Gain Ground or if you've ever played it, because again, criminally underrated and being slept on. All right, that's all for me, guys. You have a good night. Take care.